Hello, my name is Lilian Marcela Fierro, and today I'm going to share with you about activity number 1, talking about concept didactics of English and some important characteristics about pedagogical practice guidelines. Didactics of English to reference the science of teaching and learning English through a set of tools to achieve an adequate acquisition of English that allows the learning objectives to be achieved. This must have a set of strategies, procedures, and actions planned to promote the student's learning process. Attach two parts, which are theoretical and practical. In the theoretical part, the student must be able to analyze, describe to finally win the educational process and in the practical part, the student must be able to apply all the knowledge based on theories and concepts to the reality of their learning environment. So now let's talk about the pedagogical practice guidelines. These guidelines is for educational practice have many important aspects for our practice, in which aspects such as the objective of pedagogical practice are summarized, which is that the student knows the theories and practice of pedagogical practice in an educational environment, thus being able to apply all the tools learned in the previous levels. In the first part, we talked about the regulations and legal aspects, the basic principles of the practice such as comprehensive communication, promotion of protective environments, respect for the difference, and excellence in the service. Below are the regulations for each degree program, requirements and path of pedagogical practice. After this, the practice of participant observation in the first place as a reference point for practice through the level, immersion practice, research, followed by the network of practice at the national and regional level. The explanations of the pre-practice seminar, where aspects such as places of practice, institutions, insurance for the student are discussed. Finally, the follow-up formats of the pedagogical practice, the meetings with the tutor to how to see the practice is going, and the filling of the formats called the accompaniment strategy, called SAPEC. The simulator in the final part of the course teached are the practice scenarios at the national level. Next, duties and rights of the teachers in training. Okay, read the current practice regulations, assume responsibility for the practices process, be affiliated with the current social security, it's important, have the time and disposition, comply with the activities proposed by the tutor, prepare the material for the practice in the institution, abide by with the responsibility the acquired commitments. It is the student's right to receive the support of the staff, of the teachers, to be valued and respect for our work. We must to be affiliated with an risk insurer, in this case IRA Positiva, to receive a certification of their practical exercise to be recognized as professional experience. Finally, the certification from the institution and what must be specific, guidance channels for students, and finally questions and doubts about the subject of practice. Each of the different undergraduate programs at our university has specific regulations for practice. In our case, in the undergraduate degree in foreign languages with an emphasis on English, we have some prerequisites for practice, such as completing certain subjects to the third semester, have completed and approved minimum of 40 credits, having the ability and time to carry out the practice in this semester. We also find in the regulation the steps to follow if these conditions are not met. The hours that must be complete for the pedagogical practice are 32 hours divided into specific important moments, and that each one of them fulfills a different objective. As a practice of this path, we must be attentive and responsibility fulfill our task in order to have an excellent performance in the institution. Learn from the student and the entire pedagogical environment of the institution that we have been assigned. The hours that must do this practical is 32 hours. They are distributed in the following issues. Phase 2 is participant and observation practice. It's divided in 8 hours. 8 hours we're going to do participant observation practice. After that, we have 2 hours to material development and 3 hours to meeting in SAPEC. The next phase is phase 3. It's the same, participant observation practice, divided in 8 hours, participant observation practice, 2 hours to material development, and in the last phase, phase 4, is divided in 3 hours for SAPEC, 3 hours for e-portfolio, is like a book for our practice, and finally 3 hours for simulate a scenario. Thank you so much.